So, hello everyone, and welcome to McLearn 360. So, I think that the follow-up question, there was a follow-up question. This is a part two of the question. There was a last question which I did not solve. So, this is actually the solution to that question. Essentially, it was left with the last part which I was supposed to solve, and the last part was saying that so the first part was when there was no damping, but then this time around we've been given damping. Okay, so you want to make sure that you include damping. That's what we are actually coming to do now. Okay, so if you include damping, which the second part, so this is what I'm trying to say. The second part of this problem was saying that we should calculate what, so if the damping present in the bearing is significant, okay, so determine its damping factor when the time for 60 oscillation is found to be 92.5 seconds. So this time around, you see that the time for oscillation 60 oscillation is 92.5 when the axis coincide with the small center, right? And then 88.4. And then he's saying that again when the damping is present. Okay, so we should find the damping factor or the damping ratio. Okay, so this one we are going to use an approximate method because we don't have the damping coefficient, so we will use an approximate method, and that approximate method is essentially given by a certain formula. Okay, and I'm going to just write the formula straight away. Okay, so essentially we can approximate the formula as the damp period should be equal to the period of the natural frequency, all divided by square root 1 minus the damping ratio squared. Okay, now if you squared both sides, you have this squared should be equal to Tn squared divided by what? 1 minus zeta squared. Essentially, if you solve for the damping ratio, people, the damping ratio zeta is going to be 1 minus, so 1 minus, sorry, it's actually square root of 1 minus Tn divided by Td all squared. So essentially that is the damping ratio. Now what happens is that, you know, the damp period is the period that you get from the damp, you know, frequency, and that one, you know, when so in other words, actually we have already calculated that. You see that we got 92.5 divided by so this is what I'm trying to say. So the 92.5 here, in fact this is actually the damped period, which is 1.5417. so we have that one already. So 92.5 over 60, 1.5417 seconds. So 1.5417. Now we have to calculate Tn, but then Tn, which is the natural frequency, the period of the natural frequency, will come from 2 pi divided by natural frequency. Okay, and then the natural frequency is given by 2 pi. So okay, so now the natural frequency is given by, okay, let me put it this way so you get it. The natural frequency is actually given by 2 pi f. Okay, and then this f n is given by 2 pi over what? Tn, because Fn is 1 over Tn. Okay, so from here you can essentially calculate the sort of the natural frequency. Okay, but then you see that you were not given all these parameters. Okay, you realize that you were not given the natural frequency in terms of radian per second. So another way to think about it is that you were given a certain the big one, which you calculated as what? So essentially that the other frequency that you did, which was 88.4 over 60, which gave you 1.4733. Okay, so 1.4733, what is it? So this one, So this one is technically the natural frequency, essentially. So because you were not given any other frequency, but then he is giving you the idea that the 92.5 was the one damped. Okay, so essentially this one will be without the damping, right? But this is approximate. Okay, so you just do 1 minus Tn, which is 1.47, so 1.4733, all divided by 1.5417 squared. And essentially when you have something like this, so it's going to be 1 minus 1.4733 divided by 1.5417, and then you square it. Okay, and then that's all. All right, so okay, yeah, and then you square this. So whatever you get, you have, so square root of 1 minus okay, so yeah, so that is it. It's actually yeah, I think that is it. All right, so thank you very much for watching. It means that this one is actually an undamped system. Sorry, underdamped. Thank you. It's actually underdamped system. Okay.